CIS 307-LAB2 B Brown. If I can spell my name. There we go. Save and save. Okay. So install VMware Player or Workstation on your laptop, desktop. Great, done. Download and install Microsoft Server 2012 Essentials. It's in process. Configure a router in GNS3 with an Ethernet or fast Ethernet connection port. That's really simple to do. Okay? I can do that by coming over here, selecting one of these guys, dragging him over. I was having problems with the 3700 previously. Let me see if I've gotten it fixed. So, I got 2 fast Ethernets there. So I should be good. Go ahead and connect your MS-12 2012 server to it using network 192.168.20.x. The subnet mask 255.255.0. Make your server IP .10. Make your router server gateway IP .1. So that's your Ethernet interface .1. So, real quick thing to do. We need to make another connection for this VM. And here's how we do that in GNS3. Okay? What we have to do first is, if we go into VMware, when we install Workstation, we also get this nice cool tool called Virtual Network Editor. If you run Virtual Network Editor, it will tell you all the virtual networks that you have at your disposal. Whether they're NAT, whether they're bridged, whether they're host, etc. Now, typically, on a fresh installation, you're going to have 2. You're going to have one that says NAT, which is VMnet 8, and one that is bridged, which is VMnet 0, and typically VMnet 1 will be custom and blank. Okay? I've created the other 3, VMnet 2, VMnet 3, and VMnet 4. I've created on my own, just by clicking on Add Network. When I click on Add Network, it'll ask me what network I want it to be, and it'll then populate into the field. I'm going to go ahead and change VMnet 3. So that VMnet 3 matches the network that is in the lab. 192.168.20. I do that by coming down here to the subnet.
If you don't have the network editor, how would you do that?
You have to go through a series of steps with your IP config or your network adapters. You have to configure your network adapters in Windows. And it's a real pain in the butt. This does it automatically. It's a nice front-end tool for you to use. Alright? Use local DHCP service to distribute IP addresses. You need to click on this DHCP settings because you need to click the start IP address here and the end IP address there. It cannot be within that range that you're going to give the router or the host, the VM. So the router's .1, the VM's .10. As you can see, this is not within that range, so you know you're okay. Because you're going to give the server a static IP. Oh. 192.168, I changed it. 192.168. Now, once that's all done, you'll see that it repopulates up here, and we can go ahead and click OK. Remember, that was VMnet 3. VMnet 3. Alright, in the meantime, let's go back to our server and see where we're at. Still getting files ready for installation. Alright, no problem. Back. Alright, now I'm going to come over here to In Devices. I'm going to click on Host, drag a host over. I'm going to right click on it, I'm going to click Configure. I'm going to drop that drop down box, and I'm going to look for VMnet 3. It's right here, VMnet 3. I'm going to select VMnet 3. Delete everything else out. I'm going to add that one in. Once that's done, I'm going to click OK. Now, I'm going to manually connect VMnet 3 to one of the Ethernets. I'm going to go with Ethernet 00. And click stop. Now I'm all connected. What this is going to do, guys, is it's basically, this is acting as a virtual adapter, a virtual network adapter to that VM that I have there. It's kind of bridging it into the GNS3 world. That's all it's doing. Okay? It has to be associated with the same network, in this case VMnet 3, with the IP address that we're going to put on the server itself. So, to complete all this, when we get ready to reboot the server once we're completing the installation, we're going to go back to those VMware settings and change that network adapter setting to VMnet 3. Everything will match up, and we'll get connectivity to this router. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Anybody not with me?
Yeah, one question.
Yes, go for
On the virtual network editor for VMnet 3, what did you have your start and end IP addresses?
On the DHCP scope?
Yeah.
128, and the ending one is 254. Just as long as it's not one within the range of 1 to 10, you can start at 11 and go to 254. You'll be fine. Okay? Just not those first 10 addresses.
When I do that, it says that VMnet 1 and 3 had the same subnet IP.
Okay.
Did 3.1 or?